Nancy Grace, one-on-one with Natalie Holloway's mother. What's her response to Joran van der Sloot being re-questioned by authorities? Nancy Grace. Headline News tomorrow night, 8 and 10 Eastern.
Welcome back. Have secretly recorded videotapes finally solved the Natalie Holloway case? It's been nearly 3 years since the American teenager disappeared in Aruba. Suspicion in the case has centered on Joran van der Sloot. He's been arrested and released 3 times in the case. But in mid-December, Aruban prosecutors announced that they were closing the investigation. And then last week, a bombshell. Hidden camera footage played on Dutch TV showed Joran claiming he was with Natalie when she collapsed on a beach in Aruba and that he asked a friend to dump her body into the sea. Joining us now in New York is Beth Holloway, Natalie's mother. Natalie disappeared May 30th, 2005. Also in New York is Peter de Vries, the Dutch crime reporter who orchestrated the undercover surveillance operation against van der Sloot, longtime suspect in the case. Before we talk, let's take a look at a segment of the hidden camera tape some believe constitute a confession by van der Sloot. Watch.
What happened then, Joran? Morta, she's dead, isn't she?
Of course.
Did she die or what?
But do you think... Come on, I would never kill a girl.
No, I think so. Joran, you know.
I just lucked out, that's all. That's what it was.
What do you mean?
Well, that is just... Something happened there.
Of course something happened there. She's no longer around, is she?
Yeah, and the ocean's big, isn't it?
Of course, the sea is big, man.
Okay, Beth Holloway, how do you react seeing something like that, hearing something like that?
Oh, Larry, you know, it's difficult to, you know, when I hear the words coming out of Joran, but I think the most difficult aspect of that is how he imitates her while she's suffering. I think that is, gosh, that's just the hardest thing for me to comprehend as a human being, to listen to him and how he has such a disregard and just an utter disregard for just the existence of human life. And I'm thinking he certainly had the ability to seek help for her, to call an ambulance and see if someone could come, and he just chooses to call a friend to dispose of her, you know, body. And I just can't imagine another human being committing such a heinous act or just such a barbaric action.
Do you gather from listening to that she was not murdered?
Well, when I hear Joran, what I'm hearing, though, is he doesn't know, Larry, if Natalie was alive or not when he decided to dispose of her body. So, yes, he is a murderer, Larry. And to me, there's no way a 17-year-old can make a decision whether a young woman is alive or not. She could have been in a coma easily.
Peter, explain how this tape came about.
Well, Larry, this tape came about because some guy named Patrick came to me and he said, I'm a close friend of Joran. He trusts me completely. And I think he's not telling the truth about what happened to Natalie that night on the beach. Is there something I can do for you? Yeah, well, I said, I think so. And then we worked out the plan with the hidden camera, the undercover camera operation.
Why do you think he confessed?
Well, I think he confessed because he was just released out of prison. The case was closed and he considered himself as a winner of the case. And, well, this guy Patrick, he trusted him completely. They were playing poker, they were cruising around, and he thought it was safe to tell him in the car.
Now, Patrick, who unearthed the confession, he has a kind of tainted background. The fact that he was using marijuana to help gain this confession. Any concerns about who you collaborated with?
Well, Patrick indeed has a conviction in the past, but that is already more than 12 years ago, and he is now a respected businessman, so there's no problem with that, I think. And about the pot smoking in the car, that's the daily routine of Joran. Patrick didn't push him. Patrick didn't ask him to do that. Joran just did what he wanted to do himself.
Beth, do you believe this?
I believe the confession. Yeah, I'm convinced.
Yeah, but does Beth believe it?
Larry, I do believe the words that Joran was admitting to Patrick. I do, and I think there are a lot of things that, you know, we knew were transpiring early on, and, you know, when we're hearing the condition, how he's describing her, and, you know, his actions, yes, absolutely I do, Larry. And I feel as if for the first time I saw the Joran that I had met that first night at the Holiday Inn. I felt like I hadn't seen him during the last 2.5 years, but when I saw him in the car with Patrick, I was like, there he is. That's the Joran that I met that night at the Holiday Inn Hotel.
We'll be right back with Beth Holloway and Peter DeVries on this edition of Larry King Live. More to come. Don't go away.
Did he ever tell you how he did it?
Of course he did.
How did he do it then?